Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my humble opinion classroom. Now, in this video, I'll be talking about something that once happened in Nigeria. It was a recurring event that happened. You know, several cases of children being accused of practicing witchcraft. You understand, based on some traits or some maybe behaviors they see in those children, those kids. These kids are most of the time they're usually about from the ages of about 2, 3 to probably maybe 7 or 8. They are barely above 10 years. Sometimes it may be, if it's too much, they'll probably be maybe like 13 or 14. Sometimes Nigerians are very I wouldn't say vindictive. They are very judgmental, very you know uh, you know tight. You understand? They have they live in some. They have some sort of paranoia. I guess maybe the country just instills that in us, or maybe our environment. I don't know, but Nigerians they have that type of. So, for example, if they maybe get a help, they go to a family that maybe are struggling with maybe some finances or some stuff like that, and they get a help, they get one of their child as a help and bring them to their house, and maybe this child exhibits some character like maybe breaking plates, all these breakable plates. The victims are mostly girls. They'll be breaking breakable plates, or they will be, maybe eating baby's milk, or maybe stealing meat. You understand? So all those stuff makes them see the child as a witch. And I have some experience, some amount of experience in this type of stuff, and I would say it's one thing to be a witch, and it's another thing to even practice witchcraft. You understand? It's two different things. It's one thing to be a witch, is another thing to practice witchcraft. Itself is two different things entirely. Some don't even know what they are. They just are. They don't even know. You understand? It's not inherited. It's not. It cannot be passed through sex. You only get. You understand? It's given to you. That's how it is. So these events, the question that you understand that is really really mind boggling is that, is it still occurring, or is it a dead occurrence, or is a mystery right now? Because some people wouldn't even believe. I mean, there's some state governors in Nigeria came out, like in Akwa Ibom said, Akpabio came out now and said those type of stuff should be banned. Because it became some sort of abusive you know circle. You understand? Everywhere you go, especially it was even prevalent in our states, place like Akwa Ibom State. It was prevalent there. Everywhere you go, you see a child is being accused of witchcraft because of the child is exhibiting one or two anomalous behaviors for kids. So it became rampant, and most of the times, like you know, out of 100%, maybe 70%, 80% most of the time is always lies, it's not true. You understand? They just do not understand the child. And then the rest 20%, most of the times is actually true, like these children actually are. And apart from being, they even might practice, you understand? But because of some, you know, it became a rising, phenomena. You understand that it was being exploited by many people. They just took advantage, used that thing, and made many people victims. Made many children have traumas that grew up with them, lots of stuff. But the question here is it is it a dead occurrence, or is it just a mystery right now? That's it on my humble opinion class. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. I have more videos coming out soon. I have more things. I have more researches on the line.